Hey everybody, good morning. Big day, big day. It's the start. The welcome dinner for the Term Market Trading Lab is this evening at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you need the address, link is in the channel for the meetup in Discord. Welcome to the group. If you're interested in joining Term Market Trading Lab, probably, unless you live close, probably a little late to get here, but 321-888-3962. You can ask about joining if you want to. It is a 5-figure price. But anyway, come hang out with everybody. See these awesome traders. Goose is going to be there. Chris is going to be there. David's going to be there. Oh, gosh, there's like 30 members going to be there. It's pretty crazy. Wrongamer will be at dinner. And should be a good time. Should be a good time. Anyway, glad to have everybody. Even if you aren't a member of TTL, Term Market Trading Lab. So glad to have everybody here. Yeah, Rosalind's going to be here too. All right. So Goose, Rex, Infinity, Larry, Don, Muku, Rosalind, Philip, Kenneth, Sergio, Svenborn. I think Svenborn's going to be here too. Kenneth, all the way from Iceland. Svenborn. Crazy trip, dude. Donald, Rick, Dave, Jen, Alan, Dave, Amy, Nikki. Glad to have everybody. Wade, Al, Craig, ETL, excuse me. ETL, yo. Nelson, don't recognize your name, but welcome. And I don't know, that was just AI was the monster today. Mason, don't recognize your name, but welcome. Merle, Gary, Marzio, Horan, Tim, General Rush, good to see you, sir. Ted, and welcome. If you want to chat with me on the stream, all you gotta do, click the button over here, be a subscriber on the channel. A few seconds later, you can chat with me and everybody else. Kenny, don't recognize your name, but welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. All right. Well, big news of the day. CPI coming out. It looks like a pop. Looks like came in down. We actually got an easing, slightly easing. We're expecting a 3.4, got a 3.3, and it's good. The market goes crazy higher, right? Inflation's under control. We're going to cut rates. Everything's going to be hunky-dory. I don't know. Be very cautious at this point. Be very cautious at this point. You can't hear me. Well, it's probably on you. Although you can't hear me. You try reloading. There you go. Try reloading the YouTube page. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So, that's CPI coming in light and a pop. Now, the big news of the day, maybe more important, this one right here, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Fed funds rate. Economic projections. FOMC statement. All right there. That's the FOMC meeting. That's, what is it? Federal Open Market Committee. I think that's what it stands for. For those of you that are like, what the fudge does FOMC stand for? It's like Federal Open Market Committee. They basically set the rates. That's like when you hear about Jerome Powell being the president of the Fed, the Federal Reserve. That's what that is. Basically the Federal Reserve. And it's not part of the government, funny enough. It's government mandated, but it's not actually under control of the government. So now 2:30, and Wrongamer was making the joke that this may be like a Tesla earnings call where Jerome Powell starts talking and the market starts dropping. So we'll see if that actually happens here. FOMC press conference. That's Jerome Powell speaking right there, 2:30 Eastern Time. Right there, about an hour and a half before the market closes at 4 p.m. So fireworks, highly likely. The low volatility environment and the fact that we did the thing where we're popping into the FOMC announcement that sets up the stage to drop on an FOMC announcement. Just warning you. Just warning you. So anyway. All right. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance, not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining. It is not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument at all. No stocks, no options, no bonds, no forex, no futures, no cryptos, no treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. And, there's substantial risk of loss. Like there's a buyer, there's a seller, there's a winner, there's a loser, every single trade. And, gurus like me, a lot of, well, not gurus like me, but gurus that do this thing that I do, a lot of them are just trying to make some of your money into some of their money. I mean, that's kind of the whole game. Everything we do, right? Everybody out there is just trying to make some of your money into some of their money, some way, somehow, sell you something, some way. Be careful. Make sure you trust people. Make sure that they're actually trying to help you. If that's what you're trying to hire them to do, is to help you. So don't buy stuff from me unless you trust me. That's why I do this show every day. So if you desire personal financial advice, though, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just showing you what I do. So make sure and hire a financial advisor and consult them and make sure you trust them. All right. So now to wrap up the week here, tomorrow I will be live in front of not really a studio audience since we're doing it in the conference room at the Hilton Garden Inn, but I'll be in front of the audience of the Termite Trading Lab. So we're going to do that tomorrow morning for the stream. We're going to try. I guess when we did this in January, we got a little internet hiccup and it, kind of had to end early, but we'll do what we can to be live. We've got PPI and unemployment coming out tomorrow morning, right there before the stream at 9:15 East. Stream starts at 9:15 Eastern every day, and same link every day. And then on Friday, while I'm still doing an in-person training session for my VIP group, more fun news coming out right there with I guess I should have drawn it across there. Who cares about the ECB? Getting consumer sentiment and inflation expectations right there. And also coming up on Thursday, tomorrow, the Tesla vote, Tesla shareholder vote. Will they approve Elon Musk's pay package and moving from Delaware to Texas? Or will they stay in Delaware, reject the pay package? I don't know. This is the most advertising I've ever seen Tesla do, is advertising for people to vote for that thing. So, morning from OBX. Glad to have you, Kevin. And, I guess somebody tell Kenneth I'm sorry he can't hear, but I think the problem's on his end, not my end. I think most of you can hear. So, all right. Anyway, so that's the rest of the week. We've got some interesting events happening as far as FOMC, PPI, Tesla vote, consumer sentiment, and how does any of that make us money? It doesn't. Just being prepared is how we make money. And so let's talk about it. Dun, 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 dun. Right here. We might pop all the way up here today. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this move. We're rocking and rolling already. Is it the ideal target right there? Are we going to hit it? Look how close we're getting. This is the ES right here. If you didn't know, S&P 500 futures. Look at that candle. Look at that candle. Look at that. It's like a freaking rocket ship right there. Put some fins on that thing. And blasting fire like a rocket ship, taking off, going higher. Now, does it explode though? Is this like the Challenger? Make a bad joke. Are we going to explode up here? Is this more like a firework? And we go right back down later on at 2 p.m. over here. Do we go right back down? That is the question. That's the question, right? Be careful. Things are getting overcooked. Now, I kind of warned that I thought we were going to pop after doing this for a few days. I thought that's what we were doing. It turns out it's good. And we could rally. Now, the other thing that could happen is we continue this crazy pop on the FOMC. We have one of the biggest market updates we ever had, and then we take it all back, right back down. And that could happen tomorrow even. So be careful. Be careful. Remember, market cuts, market rate cuts, those FOMC cuts, they aren't bullish for the market. And I lost my, here we go. When the Fed starts cutting rates, that means there's problems in the economy. All right. They don't cut rates because everything's good. They cut rates because there's problems in the economy. Think about it. They cut, like, why would they cut rates? It's not because we did our job and we want the economy to keep cruising. No. They cut rates because there's problems and they want to ease financial conditions to promote growth. The mainstream media says how great it is for cutting rates, but that's the effect of a cutting rate now happens like it takes 24 months for that to cook through the economy. All right, so when they talk about rates stimulates the economy, they're talking about 24 months from now. That's not something we can trade on. This is, we're just now, like if we do this and look back 2 years, right? From where we are right now, 2 years, June and 22, right back to here. We're just now fully baking in. Oop, I moved it to July. June, right there. We're just now getting to this point where these are fully baked into the economy. Like this is all that's been, let me get the red. These right here, these rate raises are the only ones that have fully trickled through the economy at this point. All of these are yet to happen. All right. So we're only up to this point as far as what's actually fully trickled through the economy, the effects of it. We're still got all this to go up through here. Still got all that to go. And things are kind of deteriorating a little bit in the underpinnings. What leads to these things dropping out every time in the past? Is that over, as it takes 24 months for it to finally cook out. You can look 24 months later. Oh, see, that was June 06. So we're talking about June 08. Anybody remember June 08? It was pretty rough. Right there. Look, we were already, took a lot. I mean, that one was rough. That one was rough. This one over here, 2 years. Takes 2 years to fully cook through. So that highest rate raise, that was right at the epitome of the rough time in the market. So right when they were cutting rates, even down to zero interest rate policy, and then we held ZIRP for. I mean, there's a whole business generation, a whole generation of CEOs that have never known anything but ZIRP, and now that's why the stress is so difficult right now, with the rates climbing up here. So they read about it in school, but they haven't had to do business in this kind of an environment. Do we go higher? Possible. Back in the 70s, we went epically higher. Epically higher. So be careful out there. When we talk about how inflation is really bad, from the 70s to the 80s, the price of a home and a car tripled in value from like 1970 to 1980. And we're kind of on that. We're kind of on that trajectory here. We could get to the 2030s. Wow, look at all those exits. That was a bunch of alerts firing off right there. Sell, 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 sell. All those things hitting targets. Sell, sell. Wow. Beautiful. Market's open. Yeah, it's just going to keep rocking. Keep rocking it. All right. NQ, back to how do we make money, right? Quit debating everything. So this may not stick. Like, it's possible it doesn't stick. Google even hit targets. So we've got this hanging out right here. That level up there on NQ, it's above the target. The next one up, 19.5. Russell, now this, look at that monster candle right there, but it's just right back up to the danger zone. It went from the daily roadmap line back up to the danger zone, all in one big swift move. Oh, excuse me, monster talking. Look at that. Highly dangerous now. Highly dangerous now. Right up into the danger zone. This can roll. This is a perfect setup to go much lower. Oh my gosh. This is really kind of scary on IWM right now. So that big move right up to the resistance. This one, it's like a nested 1-2-1-2 right there. Golly alerts. Holy moly. Watch out. This could be a 1-2, 1-2. That can lead to a power move down here, possibly much lower, possibly down here. All right, you're wondering, how in the devil do we even trade Russell? The common ETF for that is IWM right here. And that could lead to a big down, 130 to 150 area down here. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. We may move down here first, do a bounce before we get the bigger down. Just be careful. Please be careful. Don't think that the JT is just wrong and we're not going to drop. That's a huge fallacy. And a lot of people's thinking that we're going higher and that the sky's the limit. Be careful, please, please, please be careful. It's your money, not mine, but please be careful. Getting too long. Don't come crying to me if the market rolls. All the indicators are flashing danger. Oil about to break out. We could see this pop right up in here. That's going to bring inflation back viciously. That's going to be vicious inflation rocking and rolling there. So, GC trying to break back above. That's good. That'd be good for a pop if we can do it. Bitcoin took that candle right back from yesterday. Can we go back up to the highs? I'd love to see like a $10,000, $20,000 candle on Bitcoin, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Today, 77 still the target, 85 above that, and we'll see where we get to. ETH not taking the full candle back. Still might drop. I'm still a buyer down here around 32,000 on Ethereum. And it doesn't look good on the futures chart. We have to go to the all-time history right here. Much more clear here. 32,000 support. And we did, like, even though those spot ETFs were approved, they're not trading yet, so they're not soaking up supply. And it's just a matter of time. Like, when do they start coming on the market? Maybe by July 4th. That leaves a lot of time for Ethereum to do more of a retrace that back, move at least most of it back out, do a 618 retrace of that pop. That would set us up for when they actually do come on the market that we could get the pop up into this area, possibly even much higher, possibly $5,000. Dollar took it right back. Look at that, right to the resistance yesterday, and then right back down very, very fast. Very fast. So that has mucked up that pattern right back to the roadmap line. Are we going to hold it and bounce, or are we going to fold it? And so the upside targets up here, 106, 108.50, that I've held for like a year. And then on the downside, mid 90s down here, 95, 96, 97, somewhere in that zone on the downside. So I've held that downside target for longer than I've held the upside target, but that's kind of the range. It's the over under, I guess you might say, the long and the short. The long and the short of it. That's 108.50 and mid 90s. MSTR, biggest popper today. Be careful. Still not breaking out of that pattern. This is not leveraged Bitcoin. Be careful. That can still come back to the roadmap line. All right. We did it over here. We can do it again. We came up shy right there. We didn't go for the extension. We held that resistance point. Be careful. If we're going to break out, though, right here around 2,200. Right there around 2,200. Yeah, sorry, redneck came out of me there for a second. AVGO right to the target. Beautiful. Watch for the retrace. Casey, it's going to be right up to the target. That's funny. Pilot. Maybe you know, maybe don't know. Pilot Travel Centers, the Haslams, that they're headquartered here in Knoxville. My company kind of did like 135 of the travel centers all over the country. It's my family's company, I should say, not my company. My family's engineering company. We worked for them for a long time, and they sold out all their non-travel center C stores, convenience stores, to Casey's. So now there's like a ton of Casey's general stores all over the area here. Well, not a ton, but there's a lot. And I'd never even heard of Casey's before that. So I just, what's the point of the story? There's not. Just throwing out information. But yeah, it's after that little pullback, probably the 4 hour, maybe. Yep, 4 hour bounce right up to the targets. Watch for the next pullback on that one. SMCI not being strong. Still cautionary. Roadmap line right there for supports. And if we break down below that, down here. So watch out. If we get below that, probably coming down here. Watch out, watch out. ASML. Nice. Next extension. That was a missed on the daily bounce. So no trade for me, but 1100. Probably going to hit the target. RH. Just chopping. Sideways action. Nothing there. FNGU. Oh, look at that. Did the pop, did the retrace, and now target 437. Right there. I drew it. Just getting there faster. INTU. That one. Wow. Watch out for that right there. We do the pullback. Can we do the bounce? That is the question at this point. If we do the next bounce right here, that high, that low, gonna have to break above this 6. Wow, left a huge gap down. 630 area indicates we're maybe going up to this 695, 700 area up here. Maybe. I'd be cautious. Resistance is right there at the roadmap line, right there. If we turn down, we can go easily. If we hold that right there, we can easily come down here. Right there. So be careful. Be careful. Oracle. Oh, look at that. Beautiful pop. That was a daily market roadmap bounce right there. Holy guacamole. Beautiful. That was an entry there. That was an entry there. And we're at the target right there. Even with bad earnings last night. I mean, bad earnings. Yeah, look. Missed on the top. Missed on the bottom. Still got the target. Sometimes the pattern works. I don't like to play earnings with this pattern, but hey, sometimes it works. That was beautiful. Right to the target too. Right in the target. Next one up, if we're going to extend it, 147 Oracle. LABU. Yeah, lots of trades. Oh, lots of open trades closing. It's beautiful. Laura, love it. Sometime. Think about it. FOMC last 6 weeks ago, FOMC, we got 35 new trades on waterfall alerts. Let's see. These are waterfalls right here. Look at that. Close. And these are echoes right here. Yeah, close. Look at all those beautiful trades. Still a few open. What's the difference? The difference is 60-minute watch list, and these are a 30-minute watch list. These come fast and heavy right here. All those recent ones are all closed, except that one, TCOM, still open. All right, moving on. HD. LABU, skipping because it's biotech and it's leveraged and it looks gnarly. And Home Depot, could it turn the corner here? Quite possibly. Let's see, make that low, make that high. Ooh, not the ideal place to bounce, but close enough. Close enough for a market roadmap bounce. Potential. That move, that move. Erase that one. Potential to take us up here on Home Depot. Now those are, circle back for a second. These 30-minute alerts, these daily 60-minute alerts, as in the 1 hour chart, these are the market roadmap bounce kind of setups, and the 30-minute ones aren't available unless you're in Termite Trading Lab right now, but maybe next month we'll make that available to everybody. These 60-minute ones, if you're interested, Echo Trades, that's on average there's like 1.2 trades per day on average. Seems to be hitting a little heavier, but that's the historic average, 1.2 a day. And if you're looking for daily alerts, I'm still building the list on that. I've got 3,600 tickers in the list. I've gotten through 2,000 of them. And so I got 1,600 tickers to go. I've gotten all the tickers A through M into the database so far. And I'm looking at building something with that in the future. I gotta build the database first, and then I can set up the code to search for the alerts every day. And waterfall is what we call it in the Termite Trading Lab group. It's an experimental setup. We call it a waterfall alert because there's so many alerts. You saw those alerts pop off. They all went into Discord, and so it's an experimental thing. We might sell it to the public in next month, July. So keep your eyes peeled. We're the team's thinking about it in the background. But you can see all these trades, and this is just, I only started tracking these on the 6th through the 11th. There you go. That's the set of trades. These over here, that's all the way back to the 3rd. So you see there's not nearly as many trades right there. The 6th through the 11th, 6, 7, 8. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. Whereas this over here is a lot more than that. So these are high frequency trades. They last three-ish days. These over here last a little longer, possibly a couple weeks. So anyway, there you go. Talking about it. And Home Depot right there, possibly popping up. Now that I've built this for Echo Trades, we're probably going to relaunch Echo Trades in a new way and officially roll those trades out. Right now they're still experimental. Coin still in the danger zone, still could drop. Held the uptrend of lows, puts us the target up here around 297, which is right in the resistance zone right here, where we may find some buyers that have been holding that for a good long time. Good long time. Zillow, wrongimer. Might be time to go long Zillow. Don't matter what the economic conditions are. That's a potential right there. Where was I? I just skipped way ahead. Coin, nail. Still on kind of this downtrend here. This is a 3x bull leverage on home builders. So be careful on leverage right there. FSLR, right in the target, possibly extended up to 340 at this point. Meta, triggering the setup here, getting through the resistance. 568 right there, upside target. And I need to clean it up just a little bit. We didn't go hit the downside at all. Clean that up, barely a tag, and 550 upside target on Meta. NVDX, there's no sure bets. Let's just throw that out there. Oh, I left a long on this. Wonder if it hit. It did. My target was 172. Huh. Well, that was cool. I was playing this on, check this out. Don't ask me to explain this. I'm not going to explain this. So this right here, the range chart, whole different chart, whole different way to do candles. I was playing this market roadmap bounce right here on, and it got me long here, and I was like, I think it's still going higher. So I stayed in it, and instead of stopping out right there, and boom, right there to the target. Love it. I got that one, and like, why am I playing this? Look at it. Look at this win rate. 77.78%, 4.4 profit factor, and this hasn't even been around that long. So it's this thing rock and rolls on the trend for Nvidia. I've just been playing shares, getting in and out. So anyway, the fun things you can do when you know how to code. So yeah, all that garbage up there is all that small time frame 100 range candles. TSM, how high do I think it's going? Dangerous. Nvidia, all the things I've said recently, like if Nvidia goes up to 150 and we're adding like 25% more money to it, that's $750 billion that has to flow in the market to take this from here to here. Like it's just the opportunity cost has gotten, like there's just better opportunity other places in the market. Like there's no reason to, like, yeah, sure, it's fun to talk about, you know, one of the biggest companies in the land and the fact it's going to go higher and, you know, take over possibly the top spot on the list, right? Oh, look, Apple popped up above Microsoft yesterday. Look at that. Look at that. Apple went to the #1 spot. Beat now Microsoft. Microsoft went down. Nvidia went down. I still think Nvidia could leapfrog up here, but it's going to take a bunch of money. Right now, we're splitting bullets, right? Splitting hairs. $250 billion separate. Not even $250 billion. Like that's 100. That right there is just like 6 billion, 5 billion, 6 billion, roughly. Depends on where you put the decimal place after that. And yeah, 90. Not a bunch of money. Like 750 billion though. For Nvidia stock to go up to 150, it takes 750 billion. So this would go from where it is now to like $3.7 trillion. That's the law of big numbers. All right. So basically those three are at the limits, if you will. Yeah, if you want a Rectech grill, there you go. Advertising like crazy on my screen there today. So these three, law of big numbers. Once you get to the $3 trillion club, it's incredibly difficult to go higher. Like, why have Microsoft and Apple not really been performing, not going up like huge amounts? Because they're at $3 trillion. All right. Bigger than anything else out there. That's just the law of big numbers. Like, once the numbers get big, it takes really big numbers to make the needle move any higher. So the investment opportunities are just low in these right here, these three. Low investment opportunity for going substantially higher from here. All right. How long do you hold these? Till they close. Like you get closing alerts. All those alerts are open and closed. I just closed that. Well, so much for that one. And anyway, you hold them till they close. Like they have a target. Once they get to the target, you close it. Like there's the target. Yeah, I didn't used to have. I changed the code on this one here, starting right there, so they actually have targets now. You can see the target. Maybe you can't read the top, but it's the trigger, direction, trigger price, historic win rate, time frame, rating, and target. So, and it's colored by the historical win rate. So anything under 70 is just white. 70 to 80 is this light green. 80 to 90 is this darker green, and anything above 90 is a really dark green. And there's not any on this list right now that have been current. That's Nvidia for you. Up there's Microsoft getting to the target. It's the 1 hour. Look at that. Beautiful. Right up to it. Another one worked out. Let's see, where was that? Right there. That one from the 5th. That one just worked out. You can see it crossed out right there. So that was how you close it, right at the target. And back to what I was talking about. TSM. Let's go back to the daily chart. Yeah, sky's the limit. Right up to the target. Sat there for 2 days, popping through. Next potential resistance at 197. Stuff's getting extended. BLDR, that's a home builder supply house, and potential bounce there. That could be, if we're going to rock and roll higher, if that's what we're doing, this one could be 300 area up here if we're going to go higher. If we break out above the market roadmap line. If you're interested in the roadmap line, that orange line right there, that's where all these trades are coming from. Everything, like, link is in the description. It's like $5 to get it. If you're more of a DIY type person, you can go back in my catalog. I have videos about it. I talk about it all the time. And I use it every day. Every chart, every pattern, every system basically kind of uses the market roadmap to kind of determine which way the market's going and help me get targets and stuff. So if that's something that interests you, check it out. It's like $5 to get that. If you want all these automatic alerts, you're going to have to join some higher level programs, but I'll give you a watch list of ones that are bouncing every week. Like, let's just take a break for a second. That's RNA and, not the right clicker right here. Go over here. You can see every week I put out one of these watch lists right here. And here was this week's 20 tickers, ABBV, ABT, AGNC. And if we go, let's see, remember RNA for a second. Like ABBV, look, bouncing off, like that did that move. Went a little deeper. Potential entry there. Target up here. ABT. Same pattern. Entry will be up here. AGNC. Same pattern. Did that pullback. BABA. Same pattern. Not getting close to the entry yet. BITO. Same pattern. Bounced here. Got to get above here for the entry. Dash. Pull back. Got to get above here for the entry. Jets. Pull back. So I'm a trend pullback continuation trader. So that's what this is. That's a trend pullback. Can we get the continuation? Lift right here. Pull back. Can we get the continuation? MA. Pull back. Can we get the continuation? Entries above that 471 area. MDT. Pull back. Can we get the continuation? This is the kind of thing you would want every week. Like I give you this list every week with stuff like this. Is pulled back, looking for the continuation. Morrow is pulled back. Oh, got the continuation. Signal, 30 is the target. NCHL, NCLH. Say the letters in the correct order. Pull back. Can we get the continuation? That's kind of a downtrend of highs right there. Be careful. NALI, real estate investment trusts don't usually move big, but there's the pullback. Can we get the continuation? Oracle, that one got it. We already talked about that one. PayPal, fired off the entry, get another pullback. Can we get the continuation? 72, the target up there. Uber, got the pullback. Working on getting continuation, breaking above this zone. Target up there, 87. UNG, oh, that one's getting it. 22 is the upside target. Got $1 left on that one. I already took the trade and exited myself based on the underlying, the NG1 expiration point. XLY, that's firing off the entry. If we get already had an entry back here, another potential entry here, and target up there, right around 188 on XLY. XOM. Waiting for the reversal back into trend. There you go. So that's the kind of list you get every week if you're interested in market roadmap. And go back to the morning monster list. What's moving? I was on RNA, right? God, I may not even make it through the list. Holy guacamole. This thing is so long today. So RNA popping. Not much to do there. Like that's no man's land. maybe 50. That's not a very reliable way to do this, but it's all I got on this chart. So possibly 50, possibly 64. I wouldn't trade it because it's like biotech. It's a biotech, so I wouldn't trade it, but you can do what you want to. EMPH, breakout, possibly going up here to the 200 area. IWM, like I said, danger, 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 danger on this chart. This is a potential nested big dropper. I have some long-term $90 puts. 190 strike puts. 190 strike puts out to December. This is nested up. I'm highly cautious, even more cautious now with this move today. Going into the FOMC meeting. USD, Ultra Semiconductors, next target up 149. ANET, lots of stuff getting near the targets. Beautiful. ANET, that could be what it needs to go to 357. Lows, caution there, under the roadmap line. We hold that down. If we can break out, up. So that's the long and the short of it right there. Down 150, up 280. And we're just kind of sitting right there under the roadmap line, which is slightly biased down. If we can break above that, get up through like 230, probably coming up here. DHI, DR Horton. They recently, last couple of years, moved into Knoxville here, and we've actually done work for DR Horton. They have an interesting, so they come in and prepare a whole bunch of lots at one time. Then they hire somebody to come in and do the same foundation on every lot. They just come in, dig and pour the foundations. And then the people come in and they build the same house on every lot. And they only change like the facade. Like so when you drive in one of their neighborhoods, it looks like the houses are different, but they're different except for the front. I mean, they're all the same except for the front, I guess you'd say. The only difference, that's the word I was looking for. The only difference is the front. It's an interesting way to build houses. I'm used to working more for custom perk. I'm used to working for custom home builders around here. So I work for a lot of custom home builders. I've probably laid out close to 3,000 houses around the area. As far as I go out and mark every single corner of the house on the ground, and then come back and put nails in concrete every single corner of the house. And I've done as many as, I think my record is 15 houses in one day. Yeah, DR Horton, not a great home builder necessarily, but they move a lot of units. CRWD. Yeah, right up to the target. That was a 4-hour bounce. Right up to the target. Beautiful. And SMH. Right up to the extension target. Be careful. That was a 4-hour bounce. Also, roadmap line becoming more and more likely. SOXX. It's going to be right near the target. 252. Possibly 269 above that. DPST. Still looking like we could drop. Be careful. Still banking problems. There's $570 billion missing off the balance sheets. 570 billion. It's enough to take Nvidia up like 15, 20%. CVNA possibly going to drop back down. Lennar came up just shy of the roadmap line. I still give bias to touching before popping. We're gonna pop 180. The target still touch is the support. Bulls. The list was just absolutely ridiculous today. We're not even we're like halfway done. Bulls potentially popping up to 168. ZS still in the doldrums here. Potentially trying to crack through the roadmap line. Be very careful. We can easily turn and burn that right back down. Right back down there. And there's a buy for VLO. There's a buy for Carvana. 30-minute time frame. Marginal setup, maybe fine. CVNA. The thing about it, the algo is not very picky. It just points them all out. If it meets the criteria, it points them out. That one right there. 1250. It's the upside target. There's the entry. 1250 the target. Back to the daily. For the morning show, I like to just stay on the daily. Keeps things simple. Look at the big trends. Where the heck was I? I don't even remember. Did bulls even NVDU? That one's just ridiculously high. ARM. Ooh, can we break above the zone? Are we going to hold it today? Today is a pivotal day. If we hold it and close above this zone, probably heading on up to 184 before we do the bigger down. Eventually it's coming down. More than likely. Yeah. Fit and finishes. Yeah, definitely meh. I would agree, Wrongamer. They're a bargain. They're not a custom home. I mean, they're very cost conscious. They make their money. So how do you make your money? Kind of skimp on some things. Very cookie cutter on how it works. So that one, potential market roadmap bounce there. Firing off the entry, 60, the upside target there. RTO. Interesting. I kind of expected that one to go a little lower, but if we can hold this zone today, right in here, potential 34 on the upside. Lots of gaps though, be careful. ZG. Another one potentially going to bounce. Got resistance up to there, getting above there, could take us on up to 62. URTY. Hey, Mark, good morning. URTY, and it says this is a leveraged Russell right here, URTY. So if you want to play with fire, you can play with fire going up or play with fire going down. If we can hold it, 56 is the target up there. QCOM, that's getting near the targets. I have a target up here, just a little higher, up around 230. For QCOM. TOL, Toll Brothers, still looks like it's working on coming back after that pop. We popped that, retracing 142 could be the next upside, but give slight bias to retracing deeper. W, just kind of chugging sideways, not a big breakout candidate at the moment. Spotify just keeps rocking and rolling higher, man. That one, we're getting into the danger zone. We might experience some resistance at this all-time high here. Sellers come in, but we could pop it and keep on rocking. So that's one to keep an eye on right there. Can we break out? Or is it just more long-term hanging out in this pattern here? Like a big sine wave. What do I mean sine wave? Like this. Like that. We'll see. SPXL. It's hard to make it in the music business without adding something. Especially when you don't, like, they're not like a studio, so. Yeah, that's right up to the target, 151 above that. Z, we already kind of covered that that's potential entry. So let's just clear this up. Right here is the potential move. Break above this is the confirmation. What we have, though, I may go long this after we get off of here because look at this right here. This move up, that was a 5-wave up. Nice correction, holding the support zone right here. So what this set up was a potential 1, 2, or an AB, and it sets the target right here. Right up in there. That's why I've got a alert sitting there. Right there. Been waiting for this. Be a nice, that's potentially a double right there if we get the extension target on up there just a little bit, like right around 100. CONL, that'd be like shares play for me, more than likely. Or possibly a synthetic. I'll have to look at it. That's where you buy a call, sell a put, buy a lower put to cover the, do a put spread to finance the call. You try to get in with almost zero cost. You have risk, but you have try to get in with almost zero cost, and you can get those crazy winners like the 15,000% winner I got on Shopify last year. And Connell, looking for the breakouts, continuation up to 109. It's leverage, 2x leverage on coin. So Coinbase, be careful. ANF, I'll leave the list is long. That's just up at ridiculous land. Nothing to say, nothing to do. CEG looks like it wants to come back down. TMDX looks like we're topping out on that one. That is medical specialty. It's one of the 4 things I don't care to trade. 4 things: leverage, low price stuff, China stuff, and biotech med, FDA approval type stuff. So SOXL, 3x leverage, leverage stuff, be careful. Leverage stuff, be careful, be careful, be careful. 67 on the upside. Potentially ITB. iShares, so it's BlackRock's construction ETF. Potentially an entry above 111-ish. Looking for 118. AMAT. Yeah, GME wasn't on the list today. Didn't make my scanner. So I use the pre-market scanner. Don't even have it up here. We can look at GME. It didn't make the list because it wasn't moving pre-market more than, yeah, it's still not. It didn't move pre-market. It's not moving more than $2, so doesn't make the list. That's what the list is. Anyway, AMAT, it's got to move $2 or more to make the list. So it's not about percentage. I don't really care about percentage. AMAT at the extension targets. TNA. I can't say TNA without teenage boy brain. Anyway, just hanging. That's a lot of resistance to going higher. That's a 3x leverage. Small caps. As I said, Russell looking kind of marginal. IJR. Yeah. Core S&P. Funny enough, so S&P is at all-time highs, and this is just lackluster. So indication that something's wrong. Something's wrong. We're not breaking out. We're not even getting the indication. This can roll right back down. MU. Possibly pop into 150. BX. Watch out for that. If we break out 136, 138, if not, if I break out, I mean get above this where we topped out here, here, and here. And this here, here, and here. Got to get above that to go up here. Seems, it seems like, no kidding, JT. But I mean, like, that's the thing to watch, that zone. Like, if we don't get through there, we can do that right there. VRT probably wants to hit the roadmap line eventually. We may extend it 112, 120. XHP probably coming back down eventually. That's a lower high. And so this is mixed signals inside the home builders. Lots of stuff looking a little rough. mRNA probably going to come back down. ALB, despite being on the poppers list, we're giving it back up. Downside target still. XBI, biotech, ugh. And possibly signaling we may go higher, 110, maybe. If that one fires off, then that one may be a better way to play it. But I digress there. I try to play no favorite. Just I like to find the trade and then select the best way to play the trade. So if biotech is showing an awesome underpinning, then going with the leverage may be a better way to play it, but not making your decision on the leverage chart. That's why I caution on that. The 4 things, making my decisions on the leverage chart, it doesn't always follow the patterns. So you got to go to the underlying. That's why I like gold, S&P, all those things. Like I'll pick a leverage way to play it, but I'm always looking at the underlying chart. PAL looking like we're going on lower. This is an industrial metal right here, and this palladium shares right here. This is an industrial metal, and this is showing no demand for palladium. It's a caution on the economy right here. ILM potential bounce. This one has the setup like this, possibly up to this 170 area. There's two different patterns I'm going for. Like, this is what I call a measured bounce, where we pop up, new trend. This is a trend reversal setup right here. Like, you can see the trend was down, and we popped up, made a retrace, held this zone. That's the potential for an explosive new trend to kick off. So that's the measured bounce setup right there. Now, the other bounce would be a roadmap bounce, market roadmap bounce, and that the trend being down on this chart, right? That's hard to argue. The trend has not been down. That's a downtrend for years, right? Downtrend right there. So the other, these are at odds with each other at the moment. So the other trade potential right here would be a target to down here. Market roadmap. So the measured bounce, though, is one I keep an eye on because it's an explosive move and gets you a bigger target. And when the two of them line up with the same exact pattern, like if this roadmap line were down here and this was bouncing at this zone at the same time, it was a roadmap bounce, that's like my favorite explosive potential trade right there. But it's not. So this one has two trades. It's a little bit of a coin flip. Which one's stronger? I give the downtrend the stronger because it's been intact for a long time, but potential for this to reverse out. And the clue would be a move up above that right there to get us the higher target on ILM. And that target's going to be right up here at this point, right in this zone, right in there. XLK. Hey, Sledge. You coming to town for the next couple of days? And right to the target on XLK. Beautiful. FAS. Yeah, long list today. FAS, watch out. Probably coming back down. Team. That one looks pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly. That one could be going lower. HODL. Bitcoin Trust. Just chopping around here. Potentially got to break out. That'll go with Bitcoin, whatever. Decliners, there were only a few. Take two. Probably coming back to the roadmap line again. SRTY. That's a ultra short. That's ultra leveraged short Russell. If Russell's gonna like plummet out, this one will probably rock and roll, but caution, that's reverse splits. That's a declining asset. Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. SBIT. And there's a ultra short Bitcoin. You want to play with fire. Short, the most volatile thing with leverage. Yeah, that one's probably going to plummet when Bitcoin goes ripping. UBXG. And right there. Probably popping. I don't know. All right. That's what we got. So bias for the day. Extreme caution going into 2 p.m. Extreme caution. We're all, look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So close. We're probably going to pop that. And then all bets are off. Watch out. Can it keep being crazy? Yeah, we can go up to 55, 5,600. I mean, entirely possible. I said 5,600. I even said 6,000 the last couple of years, like that we could possibly rock and roll up to and top. But we're going to probably top out somewhere in this zone. We may be at the topping out point now. So somewhere in this zone between here and here, somewhere right here, we're going to top it out. That right up to 6,000. Somewhere in this zone, we're going to top it out. And then we're going to do a big, deep retrace. We're going to do a big, deep retrace. I mean, not even kidding a little bit here. This is going to go back down here eventually. And it may take 20 years to finish this correction before we break out again. Whatever high we set here in the next couple months is going to stick. And it could be up till next year. We could get a correction now and then go up and hit a new high. That's going to stick. Whatever high we make in the next year, 2 year, whatever, a few months, next year, that's going to stick for like 20, 30 years before we break out again. That's what's in the chart right now. That's what the big picture is telling me. And I'll go through that for the in-person people. Just kind of show you how it works. something to look forward to. All right. So right now, highly cautious. We're topping out. FOMC, highly dangerous today. Maybe it gives us a little turbocharged juice. Short term, we could goose it up high. Market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent with the money. And be careful. It's your money. Nobody's watching out for it more than you. Not even me. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Have a great day, everybody. Term Trading Lab people. See you later this afternoon. Bye now. Bye for now, everybody.